What's going on? Welcome to K.A.E Sports Talk. And if you can give me that HKO special, help the king out, hit the like, subscribe, and comment. So today, we're going to talk about the Philippines women's soccer team. Unfortunately, their World Cup run is over. They ended up losing 6-0 to the Norway team just the other day. So I had a chance to cover that game, but unfortunately, the run is over. But the question is the dream over? So here's an article. The other America's women's team at the World Cup. So let's dig into this. So the other American women's team at the World Cup. So here we go. So one of the shocks of the Women's World Cup was Philippines beating co-host New Zealand this week. It was a victory forged thousands of miles away, where most of the triumphant were born. So Sarah Bowden, who made history by scoring her nation's first World Cup, waved the country's flag, spoke in Filipino, and she dedicated her team's win to her compatriots. Para se bayan, which means you're for your country, she told her Filipino news crew after the match in Wellington. Hearing screams of Filipinos from the crowd, with live with me forever, she added. So I'm so happy we're able to get this win, people back home in the Philippines. So I hope you guys are happy and proud of us. So we did this for you guys and to Filipinos globally around the world. And thank you for much for your support. Like many of her mates, Bowden was born in the U.S. She grew up in California and through her talents caught the eye of the national U.S. youth team system. She ended up playing for a country of her mother. The U.S. flavored team did nothing to dilute joy felt by football fans watching Bowden score her historic goal on the giant screen in Manila Swankiest Moss, which is, the SM. It was a niche, mildly sized crowd that included the investors of the European Union and New Zealand. Some were wearing a football jersey, saying the song Nopi from a loudspeaker. Nopi is street slang for Filipino, and the song is from the mythical power in the Filipino prayer. Blood that makes them courageous. So more than 13,000 in IT work in Chicago tuning into history making. It was crazy, unbelievable. Butchie Impedio told the BBC. So the Philippines born Mr. Video is a lifelong football fan, but his connection to the women team goes far beyond the interest in the sport. From his new home in the U.S., Mr. Impedio makes an unlikely architect of the women's center 20 years ago in '05. He saw an article about Karen Esteva, a Filipino American star at University of Virginia, and something instantly clicked. Could his eldest daughter, a talented D1 player born in the Philippines but raised in the U.S., also compete for a birth country? And the answer turned out to be yes. So his daughter, Angelina, needed convincing. He recalls laughing. The two fled to Manila so Angelina joined the national team camp, beginning Win World, a month of traveling throughout Southeast Asia and launching a 7-year career with the Philippines. His youngest daughter, Patrice, then just a high school talent, soon followed playing with the team until 2019. So this made him wonder if there was other Filipino Americans who could get Filipino passports and play for the national team. He started keeping his eye out for people and looked like they might qualify. So I'm friendly and I have a thick skin. So I asked, he said, my wife keep telling me don't because I'm embarrassed, been embarrassed multiple times, but I don't care. So looking through the online forums, he met Mark Mangun. Together, the two would score college rosters and call coaches and search through social media for Filipino Americans before reaching out with a strange sounding proposal. Do you want to move to the Philippines? That made me wonder. So Mark did a lot of the hard work digging through websites, and Mr. Impedido said over time they compiled a database of 800 players. Yeah. So Mr. Impolido and Mr. Mangoon's fingerprints are all over the national team. So the Dodgers started playing, and the two players were not born in the Philippines, but now things have flipped. 18 of the 23 World Cup players were born in the U.S. The balance has inspired some criticism of the so-called heritage player taking the sport and born and raised Filipinos. Criticisms that Mr. Impanido brushes off. So whether they're filled one quarter, one half, whatever. So on the social media, fans defended the team's criticism and pointed out how the women have uh, led the charge for Filipinos in international sport. And weightlifter, Hilda and Diaz won the Philippines' first gold medal at the Tokyo Games. So golf prodigy Yuta Sasso became the second teenager to win the U.S. Open in 20. She was just 19. And tennis player Alex Ilea is 22, became the first Filipino to win a Grand Slam junior singles title at the U.S. Open. So, internet searches for Philippines women's national football team related a global all high after the historic match, according to Google Trends. So, but the Philippines is still a basketball crazy country, being a former U.S. colony and boxing, which was more popular than football. It is common for every village or residential building in the country to have at least one basketball court. The, and the Philippines men's football team, also a mixed Filipino lineage, some British, some Middle Eastern, they've embraced their biracial heritage with the name Askales, a local slang for the mongrel or half breed dog. So many of them dated movie stars and beauty kings, but were featured in campaigns for giant brands like Adidas, but they have not matched the profile with success on the pitch. So never reaching a World Cup, ranked currently 135th. So the men has yet to experience the adulation of women based in the week, but surely will go up a notch if they beat Norway on Sunday. But Sarah Agglesway, who provided the women's winning assist against New Zealand, spoke and thanked her country on Philippines television. She added, "It's crazy how many Filipinos we are. So proud. I'm glad to be here to show Filipino pride. So we're going to fight till the end." So, yeah. So, you know, yeah, and this is a funny thing. It's either led to other countries to even start doing this. So for if you guys didn't even know, Jamaica, who's still in it, they have 12 Americans, and some of their track and field is Jamaican American. So yeah, I think this is gonna probably be a thing for a lot of U.S. born have the opportunity to be in the World Cup, to play in the Olympics. So yeah, and yes, there's the argument of you know, oh, they're not full Filipino, or they're not full. And even like on the sides, even with South Korea, which is a real homogenous country, now we have a 16-year-old Casey pair playing. So, it's gonna probably change the landscape of how sports are gonna be. Now, for on the football side, you know, hopefully there will be some local Filipinos that will you know start playing, and they'll start making the roster, and the training will get better. But of course, like the funds, the women's football, the funding is not completely there compared to the Gilas basketball in the Philippines. So they're poured a lot of money in the basketball, even boxing, and of course beauty pageants. So if, just to let you know, beauty pageants, Philippines have won 4 Miss Universe in the beauty pageant. So yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, this is gonna be something. Yeah, even the other countries are doing. So I'm not saying the Philippines is the model, but right now, for the soccer talent, they're all over the world, and of course, Philippines is one of those countries where you have OFWs all over the world. So that's why you're gonna have a lot of these mixed kids out there. So yeah, so yeah, but yeah, so hopefully the women's can continue the success in the next World Cup in 27, and then Yep, and then the men's can maybe do something because they're extending this to 48 countries now for the men. So it's just remain to be seen. So yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. So if any of you enjoyed this content, give me that HKO special, help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment on what you think here. So other than that, I will see you in my next video.